Hi, and welcome to our Retired Nomad Adventures.
I'm Retired Rick.
And I'm Daphne, and today we thought we would talk with you about our 6-month plan. So we just finished our first leg of Nomad Adventures, so we thought it would be nice to share with you today what our next 6 months looks like.
And our first travel bit was to familiar places and to family, just to get our feet wet into this traveling abroad. So it worked out really well. So this next 6 months is a little more challenging because it's areas that we've never been to. So just unfamiliar areas.
We had the benefit of watching other YouTubers share with us who were doing the same things as we're doing. And so they shared about their time in Southeast Asia. And it definitely got us interested and desiring to go there ourselves, and also feeling a little more confident that it was something possibly that we could do based on seeing what others had done.
We're still nervous, but we're at ease a little bit more because when you see something, you're kind of more familiar with it, and you think that, we could do that. So for me, yes, I am nervous, but I think it's going to be a fun adventure.
Yeah, so Southeast Asia is where we're going to spend the next 6 months. So we're looking at from January to June. We're going to be gone in Southeast Asia from January through the end of May. And so then June, what we've set up our travel to look like right now is that we are home for the holidays, so for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then we're gone for about 5 months, and then we come home for a month or a month and a half in the summer, and then we head back out again. And so that's kind of what we've set our travel up like. We may adjust that as we go, but that's how we've sort of broken down our time. Okay, so when we looked at Southeast Asia, I've always been very interested in Thailand, and so we decided that we would start there, and we decided we would start in Chiang Mai. And mostly that was for a silly reason. I saw the lantern festivals for the New Year, and I know that they do a festival for our New Year's on December 31st, but I'm not exactly sure what that's going to look like, but I was hopeful that we would be able to ring in the New Year in such an unusual and special place.
A different way. Different settings.
So we're starting in Thailand, and we're starting in Chiang Mai, and we booked a place for ourselves in the traditional Old Town village of Chiang Mai, and it looks so picturesque. It looks like, to me, like a movie set, like it's not real. And so that seemed like some place that would be lovely and charming and a nice place to get our feet wet. So in Chiang Mai, we booked ourselves, each of the places that we're going to in Southeast Asia have their own visa requirements and the amount of time that we're allowed to stay there as U.S. passport holders. So for Thailand, we're allowed a 60-day visa upon arrival. So we don't have to apply for a visa with them, but we have 60 days to spend. And we knew there were a few places we wanted to see. So typically when we slow travel, we stay somewhere for at least 28 days, so we get that month discount on Airbnb. So you'll notice in these prices, there are no discounts for Airbnbs because we're not staying anywhere where we hit that 28-day mark.
Right.
So in Chiang Mai, we are, I should say actually, first of all, we're getting there based on points. So we booked a flight for 128,000 points, and then we had to pay taxes on that, which were about $340 or something.
Yeah, so not bad for a long flight over.
Yeah, but it is a really long flight, and those are coach seats for that 128,000, and I think it's a 14.5-hour flight to Taiwan, and then from Taiwan, it's another 4.5 hours. So we're going to get real cozy and comfortable with each other during that time. But our Airbnb that we booked was for 22 nights. It's got a 4.92 star rating. It has 2 bedrooms, a washer and a dryer, and it's in a really modern building. We always, when we set the filters, we always say we want air conditioning. We always say we want a washing machine, and then we like to have a
balcony.
I like to have a bathtub. Of course, we need Wi-Fi. Most places have that, so I don't usually set that filter. And then also, we take a really good look at the couch to see if it seems like it's going to be comfortable, and then I scour through the reviews
and find out if the couch and the bed's comfortable. So based on that, once all that criteria is met, then we make a choice, or Daphne makes a choice, and we end up going there.
Yeah, so we got, and this one of the reasons we were drawn to this building is because it has a beautiful rooftop pool, and so it's got this like long infinity pool that overlooks the city, and so 22 nights is $1,466. So
yeah, not bad. You might be able to get it cheaper, but for us, it's a good price.
Also, it seemed like it was a modern enough building and had enough amenities within the building that all of these places we kind of chose also thinking that we might be a little overwhelmed at times and we might need a safe place to come back to. So this definitely seemed familiar enough to us that we didn't think
kind of have a little safety net that we can hunker down for a little bit if we need to.
If we need to, yeah, we just
I
need a
think
break.
we will, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So okay, so then from Chiang Mai, we're going to head down to Phuket. So years and years ago, I worked with someone who came back when we used to do the old school scrapbooks, and she came back with a scrapbook from her trip to Phuket, and it just was, it stuck with me, and so I've always wanted to go to Phuket. So from Chiang Mai, we're taking a flight down to Phuket, and that flight cost us $112 for both of us. The flight's about 2 hours, and so we fly into Phuket, and we really couldn't find a place in Phuket that was like a timeshare that worked for us. So instead, we booked an old school. I would refer to it more as a motel that we booked, but so we booked a hotel right though on the beach. The room's a little bit bigger, but it's definitely an older style hotel. But it looks like we're going to be in paradise. So I don't know, but I don't think it's going to matter that much to us. And so we're going to be in Phuket for 20 days or 20 nights. And the total cost for that hotel is $2,093.
Right.
Kind of going from the top of Thailand down to the bottom of Thailand and then back over to the middle. So from Phuket, we're headed to Bangkok. And Bangkok, we booked using our IHG points. So we got an IHG card for traveling a while ago. And so we had points sitting on there that we hadn't used. We're excited to get to use our IHG card. So we booked an IHG hotel in Bangkok. We chose a really nice one. Again, we were worried about the hustle and bustle of the city. And so we booked a nice hotel there so that we could escape back to the room. But this is probably the smallest room that we have. It's a true hotel room. And it was 235,000 points. And that seemed like a lot. That's for 12 nights though. So I don't, so that's for 12 nights. And of course, with IHG, you get that fourth night free if you have the credit card and you're booking with points. So 235,000 points. This hotel has a great review, also a rooftop pool and, all of the things. But for us, we had enough points on our card that we just needed to top it up. So we bought 81,000
points for $450.
So that's what we'll count as our cost for that. We'll say that's $450 because the rest of the points really did come free to us. But you can figure that out if you actually need to buy all of the points. Okay, so that's our time in Bangkok. So from there, we had to make a decision. So Cambodia and Kuala Lumpur, and it was kind of a toss-up. But then when we took a look at a map, it seemed like Cambodia was a simpler travel route for us. So we're going to end our time in Southeast Asia in Vietnam, and Cambodia is sort of right in the middle. So we decided, let's give Cambodia a try. And now in Cambodia, we're only going to one place. We're going to Siem Reap, and we're going to stay there the entire time. And you can get, we're going to have to apply for a 30-day tourist visa in Cambodia. And that 30-day visa cost us $30 each. Right. And then they also charge us a $6 processing fee each. So so we're just going to go to Siem Reap. Cambodia also feels really adventurous for us. And so again, we chose a really nice hotel. And we also thought it would be nice to have like somebody at the front desk
to greet us so we're not wandering around and just to alleviate any issues. They're there 24/7, so it should be okay.
And they should be able to help us like with tours. Yeah. Also, all of these, any hotel that we stay in, they all offered to arrange transportation for us if we needed it. So they're picking us up from the hotel or from the airport when we fly in. Okay, so we are going to stay in Cambodia for 22 nights. Again, a beautiful hotel and also a true hotel room, though it'll be small. And the cost for those 22 nights is $1,495. And so
it seems good. I mean, it might be more expensive. It might be, I don't know.
I don't know either. So this is all going to be new. So
it's all new. We'll let you know at the end.
Yeah, we thought this would be helpful for you to just kind of see the travel route we're doing. I know I would have liked something like this, and then to get a sense of, we're going to tell you at the end what it breaks down to monthly for all of our flights, for our hotel, and for our visas, and we'll kind of break that up.
And it just gives you an idea of what we're thinking, what our plans are, and then you'll see if our plans do change. We might not go to some of these places. It's planned to go there. It's paid for to go there, but something might happen. So we'll let you know at the end.
Okay, so in Cambodia, when we leave there, we're going to head to Vietnam, and we're going to fly into the Da Nang airport. And that's a 2.5-hour flight, and that was $388 for both of us to make that flight. And for Vietnam, we also need to apply for a visa, so we need a 90-day tourist visa is what we're going to apply for. You can apply for a 30-day visa and then continue to get extensions when you're there, but we know we're going to exceed the 60 days, and so we just are applying for that 90-day visa right out the gate. And we are going to start our time in Vietnam in Hoi An, and very much in my mind, Hoi An and Chiang Mai seem like they have that similar kind of picturesque movie set kind of vibe. So we will be in Hoi An in the Old Town part, not over near the beach part, and we booked a hotel room again, and that is $1,128 for 27 nights.
Seems like 27 nights for $1,200 is
really
fantastic.
great. And it's a beautiful hotel room. Again, we've got the staff there that can help us, guide us if we feel lost. And so Vietnam, it seems like, based on our accommodations out of Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam, already seems like it will be cheaper, but just based on the hotel rooms. So when we leave Hoi An, from there we're heading, so we fly into Da Nang, we're getting a driver to pick us up, take us to Hoi An. We'll stay in Hoi An, it's only about 20 minutes away from Da Nang, and then from Hoi An, we're going to go stay in Da Nang for another stretch of time. So in Da Nang, we are staying for 25 nights. And Da Nang is really a beach town, and so I imagine we're just going to be beach bums the whole time that we're there. We got an Airbnb again this time now, and 25 nights. There was a $95 early bird discount, but no like long-term stay discount. And the Airbnb has all the things that we look for. It's a high-rise building. I don't love having to go up the elevators, but it's a high-rise building. But our balcony is huge and big, and it overlooks the city and the ocean, and so I feel like the views that we're going to have from there will be really nice. So our total cost, so again, we're thinking Vietnam is cheaper all the way around, because our total cost is only $1,041 for those 21 nights, or 25 nights. And we have 2 bedrooms, we have a bath, we have a balcony. It's a modern, newer building.
Yeah, so it should give us room to work in and to relax and to enjoy.
Yeah. So then from there, we're going to Hoi An. So we're getting a flight to Hoi An, and that's
Hanoi.
Oh, right, Hanoi.
You go to Hanoi. Yeah, Hoi An.
Hoi An and Hanoi, yeah.
Hanoi.
So we're going to Hanoi, and Hanoi is about an hour and a half flight, and it cost $168 for both of us. But we're not staying in Hanoi this time. Instead, we're having a driver pick us up from the airport in Hanoi. And when we were talking about Vietnam, one of the things I felt like we had to do was do the Ha Long Bay cruise. But then in doing a little more research, it seemed like, well, we could actually go stay on a beautiful tropical island called Cat Ba. And instead of doing the Ha Long Bay cruise for a couple of nights, we could take bay cruises from Cat Ba each day if we wanted to. So that's what we ended up deciding to do. So we booked a place in Cat Ba, and that was... let's see. So it's a 3-hour drive from Hanoi to Cat Ba, and we have 8 nights that we've booked there in a family suite hotel room, and it's $438 to be right on the beach in this beautiful tropical paradise.
And to get there, the 3 hours to get there, including the ferry ride we need to get over to Cat Ba, was $95 for both of us. So.
Yeah. So I included that in our breakdown of cost both ways. So then when we're done on Cat Ba, we'll head back. So our last location we're going to be in. So we'll head back to Hanoi. And in Hanoi, we'll stay for 5 nights. And the 5 nights in what I think is the nicest hotel. So when we were booking it, we were like, let's just finish with a bang. So the nicest hotel that we're staying in is in Hanoi. I think we'll let you know in the end. All we have are pictures. So the total cost for that, including breakfast each day, is $671 for the 5 nights.
For the 5 nights. And that just caps off our 5 months of travel
in Southeast Asia.
So
Yeah.
We'll see.
And then from there, we booked our flight back using 100,000 points and $225 in taxes. So we're headed from Hanoi. We'll fly back into Seattle. Another coach trip where we'll be super close to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so all of that, all the stuff that we just now laid out, including our accommodations, our transportation, and our visa costs, for the 5 months was $2,134.
Well, all of that's per month.
That's
So-
per month. I'm sorry.
So we took the total cost
Divided it
and
by
we
five.
divided it by 5. And so for those things, the accommodations, airfare, and visas will come out to $2,134 per month. And that might seem for Southeast Asia like it's more than some people may pay
Want to pay,
or
yeah,
want
or
to
want to
pay. But for us, that feels good.
Including the transportation. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, we used a lot of points, and we're just paying taxes.
But we
for
have
the
flights from one
so-
place to the other, so
Yeah.
so that feels good. And also going into this thinking that the daily cost of living will be less expensive
Yeah,
there
we think
also.
it'll be cheaper. So
We're hoping it is, because once we're done with this 6 months, our next 6 months involves Italy and Turkey, and booking
little
all
more
of those,
expensive.
it's a lot more expensive. So we need to save some money while we're in Southeast Asia to make up for all that we're spending when we're in that next 6 months. So there's a lot of details about where we're going. We hope it's helpful really as you begin to think about traveling or planning your travels, whether you're doing this longer term slow travel, or even if you have, Vietnam or Thailand or Cambodia on your wish list to see how much accommodations might cost there. And we also hope that you'll join us next week for more of our Retired Nomad Adventures.
bye.
Bye.